Hey guys, I'm Dr. Gia Sison and we're live here now on TikTok. Oh, gulat kayo, no? Well, why am I here? Well, in partnership with Globe Prepaid and TikTok, we're starting a new series called GoTOK. TOK, where we talk about different topics, share information, whatever. Basta, mga exchange information with a bit of fun. So, who says it's just the young people na nasa TikTok? It's actually a great platform where everyone imamount na natin sa tripod. Okay. Wait lang okay, mounting on the tripod. Actually, you're gonna witness TikTok go live. So, come on, join na. Wait lang ha. Makikita nyo ba ako sumayaw or kumanta? Tingnan natin mamaya. Pero, kung pipilitin nyo ako, sasayaw ako or kakanta. So anyway, but joke aside, we're here to actually talk about So, for those of you who are not familiar with me, I'm Dr. Gia Sison and my specialty is occupational medicine. Disclaimer lang I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist, and I have no financial interest with other organizations. This talk is not meant to diagnose. And just a trigger warning, baka ma-mention yung words na suicide and self-harm. And of course, what we will be flashing are more of guides. Hindi naman siya hard and fast rules. Okay? So, we promised you a topic about mental health. Pero first, define muna natin. Ano nga ba ang mental health? Okay? So when we talk about mental health, it's really more of, it's a state of and of course, let's not forget na you're able to contribute to his or her community. So, reminder lang if you have any questions for me during or after the discussion, mag-comment lang kayo and I will try to answer them. And so, tingnan natin yung mga comments okay. Oh, wait lang. Janina Vela is watching. Nako, yan si Janina. I watch her talks, tapos yung mga vlog siya. Galing! Hey! Hi, Janina!
Hi, Doc! How are you?
What's up? Teka lang.
What's up? Ang dami niyo pong energy,
Okay, but what's happening? Akala ko may question ka.
Meron po, pero sayaw po muna tayo. Di ba nasa TikTok tayo? So, syempre, dapat may konting pasayaw! Ready? Stretch po, Stretch!
Okay, come on, let's do this.
We're ready. Warm up!
Okay.
Habang hinihintay pa natin yung music.
Siguro sanay ka talaga.
Opo, you know Renegade po?
What is that? Okay. Ulitin ko yan, pero ulitin
Ready?
yan.
Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Clap and arms and wave and punch. Renegade. Woo! Woo! And kembot and good! Yay!
Ay, grabe.
Kaya po, isa pa po?
Janina, ikaw umabot.
Hindi
Sa
pala.
tanong ko kanina, kung makikita nila ako sumayaw, grabe naman. Well,
Ito talaga
mag-hi
bigla.
ka naman sa mga nanonood sa atin now dito sa GoTOK.
Hello sa mga GoTokers? Ganon ba?
Sige, mga GoTalkers. TOK Talkers.
Oh, diba? GoTokers. Or yung mga, ano po yung tawag sa mga supporters nyo, Doc Gia? Gianatics?
Ano ba yan?
Seasonal?
So, syempre, may konting pa-question rin ako, no?
Because I'm super, super, super excited for this new series. Kasi syempre, kailangan natin, nito ngayon, especially mental health, in the time of COVID. Kasi, di ba, physical health ngayon yung medyo focus natin. But syempre, when we're quote-unquote stuck or safe at home, it's super important to also take care of every facet of your health, which is, one of that is mental health. So, I actually have a question. Kung okay lang.
Okay, go.
My question is, kung feeling parang right when you get stressed or anxious, what would you suggest is the best thing to automatically do? So like first instinct, what's the best thing to do when you feel anxious or stressed?
Well, ganito lang yung Janina. Actually, during these times, feeling anxious is actually normal. So acknowledging yung feelings mo, kunyari sobrang anxious ka, is actually the first step in addressing your emotions. Yung nare-realize mo na you're feeling this way, and yung mga videos mo. And for me, it really helps a lot. Kasi whenever I feel anxious, I divert my attention to something.
Hobbies, you're focusing on those na lang instead.
That's
Oh.
right.
Oh, that's really good. Okay, I'm sure that everybody has so many more questions than me. So I will be here just chilling, just listening to you and your advice, Doc G. I'm very excited to learn from you.
Okay, so thank you, Janina. Okay, so now guys, we have actually 5 concerns that are now prominent. Okay, if you have any comments, just comment below and I'll try to answer them. So there are actually 5 concerns that are now prominent during this time. Can you guess ba kung ano-ano yung mga yun? So there are actually 2 out of 5, no? So ano-ano nga ba yung mga yun? So here are the various feelings of mental health in the time of COVID. So andyan yung feelings of uncertainty. No? We're very uncertain of what we're gonna, kung ano yung hinaharap natin, ano yung mangyayari, or ano ba yung nangyayari ngayon. Uncertainties about the future. And there's this component of some of us actually lost a loved one. Well, personally, I did. I lost my uncle to COVID. Pero unfortunately talaga, hindi kami nakapag-grieve. So that is one. And ano yun, it's still a process that we are undergoing. Everyone feels anxious. Everyone is even angry. Kasi uncertain na nga tayo eh. And there's this part that we have to adjust to transition to the so-called new normal. Alam ko new normal is medyo gasgas na siya, pero talagang totoo naman. And pag sinabi natin new normal, we're talking about changed habits, changed behaviors, and simple things like mindfulness in practicing physical distancing. Ayoko muna gamitin yung social distancing kasi parang masyadong sometimes, you get this feeling of parang alienating siya. So physical distancing, that's also a habit that we have to form. And of course, hand hygiene. And sa amin mga doctors, meron na rin challenge of being able to access medical services. But before anything, let's define the biopsychosocial model of health muna. So pag sinabi kasing health, hindi pwedeng physical health lang eh. It's actually an integration of biological, psychological, and social health. So, nung tumama ang COVID, tinamaan niya talaga yung social component din ng health. Of course, the physical is a given. But for us to say that we are healthy, it has, these three, they have to all marry. On this graphic, feelings may vary from person to person. So, hindi yung parang okay ka, tapos nagsabi yung isa na, uy, parang hindi ako okay. Wala yan. Hindi yung ganon. In fact, all these feelings are valid. Tulad niyan, anxiety, difficulty concentrating, some are angry, yung iba parang they find themselves, parang they wanna isolate, they find themselves, in fact, yung iba disturbed pa nga yung person. And lahat yan, again, they're all valid. Now, pumunta tayo sa ating mga colleagues sa Harvard. Hindi ako nag-aral sa Harvard, pero maganda tong study na ginawa nila sa School of Health about emotion management. So it just says, the bottom line of this study is that we have to accept that we are all part of this pandemic. It's like we're all in this together. Hindi yung frontliners ang nagsasuffer, hindi yung students lang ang nagsasuffer. We're all in this together. And that in itself can actually help all of us cope in this pandemic. Now, mapag-usapan nga natin yung emotion management na yan. On this study, they actually found out that first step is that you need to evaluate if your emotions if you're feeling the emotions. If yes, then feel it. Step 1 yon. Kunyari, I am anxious today. So step 1, I accept it, tapos I feel it. So I go through the realms of anxiety. Now, kung hindi naman, then you have to again evaluate your emotions. May papakita ako sa inyong graphic. No? Ito yung chart na ika nga ginawa ng study na to from Harvard. No? It says that the more that we acknowledge the way we feel, the more it will subside. So yan yung who tries to numb or tries to parang isusuperimpose mo yung parang pinipigilan mo. So, ano siya eh, parang pag-ibig lang yan. The more mo sinusuppress yung feelings mo sa isang tao, the more hahabulin ka in the end. So again, the bottom line is, you need to express your emotions more. So if you're anxious, feel that. Go ahead and feel the feeling and let it out. And so, napag-usapan na natin yung mental health, what it is. Napag-usapan na rin natin yung different types of feelings that happens or that actually is happening as we speak ngayon dito sa GoTOK. Now, share naman namin sa inyo yung aming mga mental wellness tips in the time of COVID. And to make it a bit easier, we actually made an acronym for you. Ito yung mga tinatawag natin na mga musts. Okay? Must with 2 S in the end. So doon tayo sa first M. So must guys ha. M-U-S-T-S-S, musts. So first M, maintain daily routines. Kasi lahat tayo parang, especially our students, are at home, yung iba work from home pa rin. nawawala yung social cues natin na pagising natin sa umaga, may gagawin, sa labas ng bahay, aalis, basta may pak. Nawala yun lahat nung nag-hit ang COVID. Because we're actually all on, kahit naman sinabing example, pagkagising mo, eat breakfast, and then do work, tapos mag-inject ka ng physical exercise. Don't forget the habit of self-care also when you do these routines. So maintaining daily routine, you must understand your triggers. So, ano ba ang trigger? Napag-uusapan natin yan eh. Triggers are actually yung, ano ba yung mga nagpapa-trigger na emotion? Yung parang, ano yung mga things na nakaka-toxic sa inyo, nakakagalit? You have to understand and realize those triggers because they're very integral in terms of being able to address. S here is social media. Oh, see? Ayan na. Social media has its pros, just like anything, it has its pros and it has its cons. Ang sinasabi namin is you have to checking on news agencies on a time basis. Kunyari sa umaga, ito lang papakinggan mo. Kumbaga, you have to regulate yung use. Kasi sometimes, yung sobrang over-information, nakaka-toxic yan. Example, huwag na tayo lumayo. In some platforms, kunyari, may mga group chat, ganyan, there are actually venues sometimes for fake news to happen. So, okay lang to leave the group if you feel na nagiging toxic na sa inyo. Yun yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na understanding your triggers. Eto may personal sharing ako sa inyo. Kahapon, nag-leave ako sa isang group chat kasi ang toxic na niya. So, I understood na shocks, nakaka-trigger ang conversation na to. Nakaka-toxic, ang nega lahat. As in, sobrang nega lahat. So, ang ginawa ko, leave group. And at the end of it, nung nag-leave talaga ako doon, I really felt liberated. Kasi, diba, in this world na sobrang, ang dami ng uncertainties, ang dami ng triggers, we don't even know what's going to happen. Tapos, dadagdagan pa yung ng fake news, dadagdagan pa ng sobrang negativity. So, it's not helping me at all. It actually aggravates my anxiety. And so I left. So, what I'm trying to explain is that lahat yan, it can be integrated into one. Understanding and of course, mental health and media because it really, really, really matters. Now, pumunta naman tayo sa T. Okay? Kasi remember, nasa na ba tayo? M, maintain a daily routine. U, understand your triggers. S is for social media control. And T is actually thankful. No. I'm not thanking COVID. However, having an attitude of gratitude of what you have or what we have right now can actually help us cope. Ito, hindi ko naman sinasabi that we I'm thankful that I woke up. Yung mga ganon. I'm thankful that kahit 2 hours lang ako natulog, okay na ako. Yung mga ganon. Keep a journal, write it down, and ask yourself, what am I grateful for today? Because the attitude of gratitude actually is a very undertone underrated form of coping with how you feel and coping with all these uncertainties. So, andito na tayo sa T. Now, let's go to the first S of the excess musts. So, yung S is don't forget to maintain social connection. Okay? So, lahat tayo, physical distancing. However, it doesn't mean that we have to isolate ourselves. So, when we talk about maintaining social connectivity, it's like what we're doing ngayon. Actually, yan nga yung point ng GoTOK series. It's to actually promote information, not berating that it's a problem, but at the same time, again, social connection is so important. Example, you might want to join support groups that will address a specific need. Like, ito personal sharing ko na naman because it really worked for me. So, I'm actually a breast cancer survivor. And what helped me cope during ang breast cancer, hindi lang sa babae nangyayari yan. Even males can get breast cancer. I actually find comfort whenever man yung tinatawag kong scan anxiety. However, when I go to that support group of people who actually underwent or family, okay? And family can mean anybody that you trust. Hindi, kasi may iba dyan, hindi naman immediate family yung trust nila. And yes, it happens. Friends. Run to friends and maintain that social connectivity. Mano ba naman na mag-send ka ng text or even call someone and say, uy, kumusta ka na? Send that how are you. And that how are you. That's the T. Now, doon naman tayo sa last S. And that is, again, stressors. Okay, don't forget stressors. So must ha. So the last S is stressors. Pag sinabing stressors, you need to address your psychosocial stressors. Again, questions like what triggers me, what stresses me out, and again, you need to face it. I mean, in one way or the other. Diba? Remember the slide that I flashed earlier about emotion management? The earlier you address the problem, the easier, quote unquote, it moves out. So addressing your psychosocial stressors can actually help everyone in terms of feelings of uncertainty and anxiety, etc. Diba? Sabi nga natin, information and, we want to also teach. Ask yourself, is your stressor, is our stressor within my control? Kasi sometimes, sinasabi natin, wala tayong magagawa nandyan. So you have to ask that. Is the stressor within my control? So nandyan yung 3 approaches natin. If it's in your, if yan nandiyan yung emotion-based, feeling-based, and acceptance. Right now, when COVID hit us, it actually hit us that we need to take as is and just make do with what we have. Because, let's face it, ang dami na rin nagtatanong na, Doc, anong gagawin ko? Of course, we can only give some tips. Again, this is something that hit us by surprise, and so we just make do with what we have. And our perception, yung tingin natin sa sitwasyon, really matters. If you see it talaga as something that's so negative, talagang ibababa ka niya. However, if you accept it as is and just make do with what you have day at a time, you will find that liberating. Okay? So, yan tayo So, next naman is, let's go to, naalala nyo, nag-mention ako something about self-care. So, self-care kasi for me, and magiging technical lang ako ng konti. May pyramid na ginawa ang World Health Organization. Now, on the bottom of the pyramid, just like any foundation, sa buildings lahat, di ba kailangan ng foundation? Ang foundation nun is really about self-care. And again, self-care is not selfish. We all need. Paano tayo mag-aalaga sa iba kung kahit kung tayo mismo, ubos na? So, what we're showing here are actually some parang plans you can follow. You may want to print it out or make your own and post it sa isang area na makikita na your common, like pinipost ko siya sa tabi ng bed ko or sa study table ko para lang i-remind sa sarili ko na, ito yung mga self-care plans ko, ito yung mga goals ko, and you have long-term goals and short-term goals. Sa ngayon, I'm actually living on medyo mix na siya of long-term and short-term. Kasi, of course, I also have to think of what's gonna happen. Madaming affected, sa totoo lang, and we are all affected. So, dun sa long-term goals, you incorporate your own self-care plan into it. It can be emotional, it can be a spiritual plan, it can be basta, again, your feelings are really valid. So on the top, pwedeng andun ang long-term plan mo, and then sa baba, andun yung mga short-term goals mo. Like personally, I have made it a goal to move, physically move. Kaya si Janina kanina, nung pinasayaw niya ako, medyo bingo na ako kasi nag-move ako today. Kahit na, I'm not so, basta. So anyway, so magiging check ka ngayon ng self-care plan. Every day, do an exercise. Every day, you eat something that's nutritious. Yung mga ganon. Those are short-term plans that eventually may lead to long-term goals. So that, what we're gonna flash is an example you can personalize it in a way that can fit you. Remember, may nagtanong nga may nagtanong Ang tanong niya, why is self-care important? Well, ito yon. Self-care kasi, someone. How you're going to do it. Self-care can actually regulate your social rhythm. Self-care is deliberate. Self-care is a choice. It's when you realize, I'll quote Paulo Coelho in this kasi it's really now. So, sabi nga niya, self-care is when you say no to the usual things that you say yes to. Di ba ang ganda? It's saying no to the usual things you say yes to. Because, let's face it, takot tayo mag-no. Takot tayong tumanggi. Minsan. Kasi, ano siya parang ang ko, parang ganon. It's all about what they're gonna say. But, kumusta naman ang feelings ninyo? Happy ba kayo? So, self-care is more of, ano ang nasa puso ninyo? What is really gonna make you truly happy? And, social cues are really important there. Next, ito. SRF. Self-care is important for stability, for regulation, and of course, again, as I mentioned earlier, it really is a good foundation. In anything that we do, the best foundation will be self-care. Okay? So, mapunta tayo sa mga practical comments. Nagugulo na ako. Mga practical tips rin. And ito yung mga commonly na nalilimutan rin natin. Okay, kasi may nagtanong sa akin kanina, Doc, any practical tips also that we need to always remember during, when we take care of our mental health? Okay, from a doctor, I will always say, manage or make sure that you eat regular meals. Okay? Don't forget to eat because mabalik tayo sa kwentong COVID. When COVID started, remember masyado natin na underestimate yung power of hand washing. Diba? May mga 30-second, 2-minute video na ginagawa ng mga about hand washing. And in fact, TikTok has released videos on hand washing that was very underrated before. Pero look at it now. It's the foundation of avoiding COVID. So, yung sinasabi ko ngayon, like maintaining social hygiene, eating right, eating balanced meals, physical activity, that matters para ma-build up yung immune system natin. And when we say physical activity, it's actually advisable to do it 30 minutes, at least 3 times a week para ma-pump up yung metabolism. If, in fact, you can do that every day, it's better. I mean, every day you move. It also helps us function better. Ano pa ba? Don't forget, and mind you, sleep really matters. So mind that sleep. And some sleep techniques also that we can metabolism, and then go slow on caffeinated drinks after 4 p.m. Yun. And kapag nap takers kayo, the most number of minutes you can take a nap, max of 30 minutes, para hindi affected yung sleep cycle ninyo. Okay? So again, physical activity, nutrition, sleep, that matters a lot. So, banat, compartmentalizing how we feel. Is it something that that is actually helping me? Part of yung sinasabi na acceptance-based approach as well. And if you determine already what is helpful and what is harmful, the next step, okay, pasok tayo dun sa ating RER. And what is that? You have to work on the areas for improvement by reflecting. And reflecting doesn't have to mean hardcore reflecting na parang. But it pays to reflect. Take a step back and examine. Is is my feelings worth it ba tong pag-isipan pa? Yung mga ganon, reflect, examine, and if it's something that is not helping you, maybe it's about time to replace it with something that can be beneficial. So personally, in my journey, sa cancer, name it, andun na lahat ng mga roller coaster of emotions. Nakababa ng immunity, mas nakaka-stress, let go. If there's something that cancer taught me, it's that art of letting go of things that will not help me at all. And that's real. And again, I will always go back to self-care. I have actually learned to say no to the usual things I always say yes to. Yes person kasi ako, guys. So, pero ngayon, after my cancer bout, it taught me a hardcore lesson on saying no. Ay, nakakaiyak. So anyway, moving forward. Again, we'd like to always emphasize that self-care is something that you purposely do and you make self-care happen. May nagtanong nga, how do you actually do self-care? Again, focus on prevention, the basics. As a doctor, always foundation basics yan. Physical activity, nutrition, sleep hygiene, hand washing, etc. But you have to also build self-care deliberately in your everyday life. You make it happen. It's not like someone will make self-care happen for you. So, you have to deliberately make self-care happen. And so, puro tayo self-care, self-care. And sinabi ko nga that self-care is not selfish. On the next slide, or the next graphic pala, kasi sanay kang mag-lecture. Anyway, we also have to be at the same time, be on alert for those who are very prone to isolation and loneliness. Remember, reach out. Send a text of how are you to a long-time friend na kailangan. Be on alert also for others. That is when you are ready. Because mental health is always, it has a community care component to it also. So don't forget also for those at high risk for isolation, for loneliness, etc. Because that's part of mental health self-care. Okay. So, one of the most common questions rin is, Doc, paano ba mag-practice rin ng physical naman? Doon tayo sa psychological self-defense. Kasi meron tayong self-defense na martial arts, di ba? Pero ngayon, I'll try to teach you some psychological self-defense techniques that you can actually practice on a daily basis. So, number one dyan, gawin mo, pause and breathe. Just breathe. As in, follow me. Exercise to together. Inhale. Tapos, hold that breath, then exhale slowly. Again, inhale, hold, and exhale. Di ba ang sarap? That's what you call breathing. It may seem so simple, pero pausing and breathing at the same time is very liberating. Take a step back and ground yourself. Ano pa? Ito pa yung mga exercises. So tapos na tayo sa deep breathing exercises. Doon tayo sa progressive muscle relaxation. How do we do that? Example, yari, mga biceps, you can flex it. Laki na ng arms ko. Anyway, flex mo yung progressive. Flex it and then relax. Or sa fist, you can press it, hold it, then relax. One more. Muscles ulit. Flex, then relax. Through that, you're able to, breathe your anxieties away. And my favorite, mindfulness meditation. And it doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, I will bust some myths about mindfulness. Ang mindfulness kasi mukhang technical term lang siya, mukhang ang ganda niyang pakinggan. Pero mindfulness doesn't have to be complicated. Mindfulness is not stopping your thoughts. In fact, mindfulness is being aware of how you feel. Self-awareness. In fact, one practice of mindfulness, umupo ka lang, let your parang, I'm sad, I'm anxious. Just acknowledge it. Acknowledge it. Parang, give it all in. Parang, okay, I'm mindful that I'm sad now. And by acknowledging that, you start to accept it and acknowledge. And little by little, na-reiterate ko lagi, it's slowly letting go of those feelings that don't help you. So there are also a lot of apps you can use. But basta. Abangan nyo kasi may episode ang GoTOK regarding mindfulness. So basta, that's psychological self-defense. So parang it's always being, the key here is always being aware of how you feel. So, ganun yon. So again, don't forget to pause and breathe. Relax. And of course, be mindful of how you feel and how to let go of those negative emotions that bring you down. And a tip, the more you do it, the more effective it becomes. So make it a habit. Again, remember dun sa M natin, dun sa musts, maintain a daily routine. You might want to inject mindfulness always on the routines that you establish. Okay, so dito tayo ngayon sa community care. Again, mental health is also about caring for others. Let's not forget again, our friends, our small circle of support, others who actually need our listening ears. In fact, meron ng tanong rin na, how do I actually listen? No? How do I actually support a person, who is actually undergoing depression? One, that is an example of community care. It doesn't have to be big. Nag-open up sa yung kaibigan mo, or the mere fact na pinag-uusapan mo yung feelings mo, that's already 50% done. Mailabas mo that sobrang tulong na yan. And community care is all about that. It's all about supporting each other. So guys, remember that social distancing doesn't mean social isolation. Okay? Physical distancing lang. It's not about really social distancing. So I hope you don't isolate yourselves from that. So ayun. So, may mga tanong rin na parang, Doc, is it difficult? How difficult it is? Is it to practice self-care? Medyo, it's difficult, of course, but of course, you cope on your own pace. don't compare also yourself to others. So that is self-care. Okay, so sana kahit papaano medyo natulungan na namin kayo in terms of dance break na naman to. Ay, dance break na naman to. Janina, Luis.
You can't hear me. Now! Are you ready, Doc? We're gonna dance!
That's
Damn it! Ready? 5, 6, 7, up, 7! Kembot, wet, punch, and wait, and turn back, Doc! And shimmy! I'm a savage, Kembot!
Ano yan? Grabe, Janina!
Doc, isa pang throw it back, please.
Sige! Akala ko pa isa lang
Isa pang throw
natin.
Isa pa.
Sige, go!
Let's wait for the music.
Okay.
Okay, Doc, are you ready? Warmed up na po kayo?
Okay.
Dapat yung throw it back po, ganun, ha?
Ano?
Oh, dapat may pa ganun. Start, savage, clap. Oh, there. I'm a savage. Kembot. Punch. Wait. Throw it back. And last kembot.
Max, grabe! Akala ko isang dance routine lang ang matututunan ko today.
No, of course not. What can you say, Doc? Do you like it?
That was really unexpected, but I've always wanted to try TikTok dancing challenges kasi sobrang saya.
Super, super good for basta just endorphins. Kasi dancing, para iba rin yung expression ng dancing, no?
Actually, dancing releases, nasabi mo, endorphins. Yan yung feel good na hormones natin. And thanks to you, mapapractice ko na yung mga TikTok moves ko.
Of course, Doc, if you want to learn any other dance, I'm here to teach you. You just let me know.
lang ako. Sabi ko sa'yo.
Okay, so I really love what you said. Parang your point of how self-care and mental health is kind of very systematic, no? It's not all like flowers and just romanticize everything. It's very, you have to be aware, you have to do this, you have to do that. Can I, if I'm allowed to ask, no, medyo personal, but what would you, parang what's your routine when you feel like, parang you mentioned that you were a breast cancer survivor, and then you go to your support groups. What would you say is like your self-care routine personally?
Me, I acknowledge. I iyak. And then I move forward. Because parang ano siya parang sobrang hilig ko to. Even way back med school, I always put an acronym for me to remember. So I aim for that. So acknowledge, iyak, move on.
Oh, wow!
Then repeat.
That's so cool. Aim! That's so good.
Acknowledge, iyak, move on. Kasi, di ba, shit happens. But, sorry so baka may mga viewers tayo, pero it really does. So, yun. Ikaw, matanong kita, Janina, what is your self-care routine?
My self-care routine, ano bang ginagawa? Workout po. Yun yung unang first instinct ko.
Ay, ang galing ako TikTok grabe.
Opo, TikTok talaga. Yun yung ano ko. Workout ko. Kasi parang feeling ko nalalabas ko yung mga emotions ko physically. Parang parang na-visualize ko lahat na lumalabas lang sa body ko when I'm working out physically. So I like to visit. Syempre, call up friends. Para if to mention what I'm going through. Parang my own support group in a sense of people who will understand, who listen to me, which for me helps kasi I process by talking to other people. Parang when my thoughts when my thoughts go out of my head, parang when they stay in my head lang, parang nakaklutter lang siya. So I like
Yes.
to be able to take it, to let it free, to help myself like express what I'm thinking to other people. So yeah, that's something that I do. Ano ba? Yeah, work out, talk to friends. That's a really good learning from everything you mentioned. It's really allowing yourself to feel everything. Kasi minsan, our first instinct, diba, is to just run away from our emotions. So parang, sige, wag na, wala akong time para dyan, or nakakatakot to let myself feel. But in the long run, para siyang, volcano, na eventually mag-erupt rin siya. Choose when I want my volcano to erupt. So it's kind of like your iyak in the aim. It's like, okay, it's gonna erupt any day. So I'd rather be in control of my surroundings, of who's with me, if I'm alone, if I'm comfortable, instead of it, parang bigla na lang ako iiyak on stage or outside sa mall. Parang ganun po. Anyway, I'm so excited to learn, to share to all of my friends everything that I learned from you, because I'm sure everybody can relate to, what you talked about now. So I will kick myself out and let you go back to your topic.
But Janina, thanks so much for sharing your experience. And again, I'll see you again. So
Yes,
more
po.
GoTOK episodes.
Yes, go po. Woo!
Thank you, Janina.
Thank you.
So, galing ni Janina, no? Actually, may channel yan eh. Kaya support nyo. Talaga, all out yan. Janina's a good friend. So, may mga, if you have questions, let me know so we can go through it. There's a question here that they have trouble concentrating. So, that's very common, no? Remember, kanina I mentioned that one of the most prevalent emotions is difficulty concentrating. So when you feel that way, pause muna, baba mo kung ano yung ginagawa mo, and then breathe. Naalala nyo, parang napag-usapan natin, what you're currently doing can actually help. Again, rest kasi is very, very important. So, may question pa tayo dito na antok daw siya every day, na hindi na yata siya nakaka-function. Well, one technique that, na-feel ko yan, one technique that I actually found really effective was parang gumalaw, parang gumalaw, parang one technique that na-feel ko yan. One technique that I actually found really effective was parang gumalaw, parang physical activity. Don't underestimate that. Kahit maglakad-lakad ka lang sa bahay, it will help. Parang pump up your metabolism. So that actually can help you wear off. Kasi na-mention nga namin kanina ni Janina is endorphin. That's very important. So when you move more, endorphins are more, alam mo, nare-release sa katawan, and the more you become active. So that's one technique that I can share to you. So any other comments? Any other comments to? Okay. We have a question here. Oh, wait lang. How do I help? Nawala siya. So wait a minute. So How do I help myself? How do I get, okay, how do I help myself get off the bed? How do I help myself get off the bed? Um, yeah, so again, set a routine. You may want to set your alarm, and when you hear it, get up, just get up and start moving. That's the importance of being able to maintain a daily routine. Kasi if we don't have that, hindi ko sinasabi maging robot ka, pero it's more of a conscious effort that you make to really get up and move. So if you acquire that, remember, it takes 21 days to form a habit. So when you do that, it will actually help your metabolism be up and about. So, yon, I hope I helped you on that question. So, will there be an adjustment period after? Sorry, may mga hindi ko lang masyado nababasa. Adjustment period after quarantine? Well, it depends. No? Majority, yes. Yung iba, easily can transition. And don't compare yourself to others. Lahat tayo may sarili-sariling pacing, ika nga sa buhay. So your pace may not be others' pace, may not be the pace of others, but it doesn't mean na hindi ka nagpo-progress. So you move on your own pace and know that each day you be thankful that, you know, nagkakapag-progress, small steps, one day at a time. So I hope I helped you in that question. Talking about mental health, and again, this is just the start ng series of GoTOK episodes. So if there are no more questions, thank you so much for sticking around and listening to my lesson. And talagang sobrang enjoy ako dun sa mga TikTok moments namin ni Janina. And we did those fun TikTok moves. So again, guys, teka lang ha. Remember, yung mga last words ko sa inyo. Pero magkikita-kita ulit tayo. Hindi tayo maghihiwalay. And talagang yung pagmamahal ko sa inyo, never ending. So, again, kahit na gaano kahirap ang buhay, and it is, this too shall pass. So, tandaan nyo lang yan. This too shall pass, take it one day at a time, and laban lang. So on that note, this has been the first episode of GoTOK in partnership with Globe Prepaid and TikTok. This is a new series where you can learn and have fun while enjoying the features of this app. So dito sa show na to, we want to be as informative as possible without forgetting how to lighten up a bit. Kaya sana ay na-feel nyo yon with me and Janina. So watch out for more GoTalk episodes and follow us here on TikTok at Enjoy Globe for more updates. And don't forget, guys, to bring your ideas to life. Bike can keep creating TikTok with Globe Go Surf 50. So that's valid for 3 days. You can go share and shop to your heart's content with 2 gigabytes plus 1 gigabyte of data per day. Pero, kung ako sa inyo, go na for the double gig para mas suabe ang experience. Alright, so thanks for watching GoTalk, everyone. So this has been Dr. Gia Sison, and I'll talk to you to you next time. Bye, guys!